Lawrence Robert Larry Shreve, better known by the ring name Abdullah the Butcher, is a semi-retired Canadian professional wrestler. He has a reputation for being involved in some of the most violent and bloody hardcore wrestling matches of all time. One of Shrive's trademarks is a series of divot-like scars on his head that he has due to excessive use of razor blades during his career. The scars are so deep that, according to Mick Foley, Shreve was able to put gambling chips into them. Foley said Shreve would do this at casinos to get a rise out of patrons. An amateur martial artist, Shreve also has knowledge of judo and karate, often including this knowledge in his wrestling matches. This knowledge was mainly displayed by him using judo throws and karate chops. Early life: Shreve was born on January 11, 1941 and raised in Windsor, Ontario, as part of a family of 10 people in a deeply impoverished household. He learned karate and judo as a youth and, teaching fellow children in the backyard, claims to have eventually earned the title of 7th-degree Grand Master. Professional wrestling career: standing 6 feet tall and weighing a robust 360 pounds, Shreve caught the attention of Montreal promoter Jack Britton, and he soon made his professional wrestling debut at age 17 in 1958. He initially competed in numerous independent territories north of the border under such various monikers as Pussycat Pickens, Kuroichujutsushi and Zeli Zamora. However, he ultimately created his gimmick of an evil Arabian sadist. And in a match against Gino Brito, the Abdullah the Butcher character first distinguished himself as one of the World Euro unregistered trademark's most feared rule breakers when he broke a chair over Brito Euro unregistered trademark's head and then beat him senseless with the leg. Since his gimmick required that he speak no English, he possessed a number of managers over the course of his long career, including Gary Hart, Paul Jones, Eddie Creechman, Black Baron, The Grand Wizard, J.J. Dillon, Damian Kane, Larry Sharp, Chicky Star, Oliver Humperdinck, Buddy Colt, George Cannon, Barcat Wright, Big Bad John, Gentleman Jim Holiday, and Rock Hunter, who were all portrayed as a Euro or a handler Euro commissioned to control the Sudanese madman, while also doing most of the talking in promos and interviews. He has, however, spoken for himself in promos while in Japan. As a result of his frequent traveling, Abdullah the Butcher usually served as more of a special attraction than as a consistent championship contender. Accordingly, Abdullah never did win a World Heavyweight Championship, though he would capture a myriad of regional titles during his career. He won his first major championship on October 23, 1967 when he teamed with Dr. Jerry Graham to defeat John and Carlos Tolos for the NWA's Canadian Tag Team titles in Vancouver. A few years later, he ventured to the Montreal region, where he had 3 reigns as the IWA International Heavyweight Champion between 1969 and 1972, feuding against Ivan Koloff and Johnny Rugo. He later served as one of the premier rule breakers in Calgary Euro unregistered trademark Stampede territory, capturing the NWA Canadian Championship, as well as having 6 North American heavyweight title reigns during the early 1970s. On June 24, 1972, he defeated Ernie Ladd in Akron, Ohio to capture his first of 2 NWF heavyweight championships. During the mid-1970s, he frequently performed in Detroit, Michigan Euro unregistered trademark's big-time wrestling territory, where he engaged in a rivalry against the Sheik. He teamed with a Euro OE Killer Euro Tim Brooks to win the region Euro unregistered trademark's version of the NWA World Tag Team titles before defeating Bobo Brazil on February 8, 1975 for the NWA United States Championship. In addition to his successes in North America, Abdullah the Butcher also performed in the Far East, Europe, the Caribbean, Australia, and Africa. On March 12, 1974, he travelled all the way to New Zealand, where he captured the British Empire Commonwealth title by defeating the National Euro unregistered trademark's champion John Da Silva. Abdullah also established himself as one of the premier attractions in Japan, where he competed as part of the round-robin tournament that ultimately crowned Giant Baba as All Japan Euro unregistered trademark's inaugural PWF heavyweight champion in February 1973. On October 18, 1978, Abdullah won that same PWF belt when he defeated European former AWA champion Billy Robinson. And then on October 13, 1980, he also beat Jumbo Tsuruta to capture the NWA United National Heavyweight title. He's also feuded with Terry Funk in Japan, and Funk claims to have had one of his top 3 all-time greatest matches with Abdullah the Butcher. He arrived in World Class Championship Wrestling in 1986, where he defeated the Great Kabuki for the Texas Brass Knuckles title and waged war against the equally wild Bruiser Brody. In Puerto Rico, he was declared the very first WWC Universal Heavyweight Champion in July 1982 following 3 reigns as the Puerto Rican champion between 1978 and 1981. He was introduced in World Championship Wrestling in a giant, gift-wrapped box. This giant box was to be Sting's birthday gift from Cactus Jack. Sting unwrapped his gift and Abdullah attacked him, leading to both Abdullah and Cactus feuding with Sting after the incident. The feud culminated in a Chamber of Horrors match at Halloween Havoc 1991, in which Cactus accidentally electrocuted Abdullah in an electric chair, leading to a brief feud between the former allies. In 1993, Abdullah arrived in ECW, where he participated in a storyline with Kevin Sullivan, Terry Funk and Stan Hansen, and wrestled at Ultra Clash and Bloodfest. In late 2002, Abdullah made a one-night appearance in Ring of Honor as Homicide's partner, facing the Carnage Crew in a bloody bunkhouse brawl at Rose Night of the Butcher. In 2007, the WWE and Jakks Pacific released an Abdullah the Butcher WWE Classic Superstars figure complete with the blade marks on top of his head. A DVD was also released named The Triumph and Tragedy of World Class Wrestling, which included a bloody cage match between Abdullah and his famous rival Bruiser Brody. The 2007 WWC's anniversary show was dedicated to Abdullah the Butcher's contributions to WWC. On December 13, 2008, Shreve wrestled against Balls Mahoney in Bearman, Puerto Rico during the annual event WWC Lockout. During July 2009, he wrestled in Dragon Gate and Hustle. He also wrestled at the New Japan Pro Wrestling Super Show Wrestle Kingdom 4 in Tokyo Dome on January 4, 2010, as well as wrestling for Japanese independent promotion Osaka Pro Wrestling. In 2009, Abdullah made an appearance at the Decatur Book Festival, facing off against author Michael Muhammad Knight. Abdullah pummeled Knight with chairs, forks, and a water cooler, not even stepping into the ring. Knight was taken from the festival in an ambulance and received 46 stitches. It was right after wrestling in March 2011, hosted by Ardiokal and Jimmy Corderas, that Abdullah admitted his favorite wrestler to face was actually Luthes. On April 2, 2011, Abdullah the Butcher was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame in Atlanta, Georgia. Also in 2011, Abdullah returned to Georgia Championship Wrestling as a mentor and advisor to a local wrestler known as the Congo Warrior. In early 2012, Abdullah the Butcher appeared on the Wrestling Marks of Excellence radio show and said that he had given away his Hall of Fame ring to his brother, saying that he had been in the business and drew people from all over the world and should have been inducted decades ago. Personal life: Shreve owns 2 restaurants called Abdullah the Butcher's House of Ribs and Chinese Food. Reviews of the Atlanta restaurant have been mixed, with most diners preferring the ribs. Shreve is often on hand to meet fans and sign autographs. The restaurant and Shreve appear in the music video for the 2003 song Damn by Atlanta hip-hop group Youngblood Z. It was referenced in the 2006 film ATL during a scene where 3 characters argue over a local barbecue. Following Shreve's WWE Hall of Fame induction in 2011, superstar Billy Graham requested his name be removed from the hall, saying, "It is a shameless organization to induct a bloodthirsty animal such as Abdullah the Butcher into their worthless and embarrassing Hall of Fame, and I want the name of superstar Billy Graham to be no part of it." Graham's outrage was due to long-standing accusations that Shreve had infected other wrestlers with hepatitis C through sharing a blade and/or cutting wrestlers without their knowledge. In Shreve's response to Graham, he mentioned their earlier friendship, questioned his outburst, and claimed that he was not infected with the disease. The same year, Canadian wrestler Devon Nicholson, who said he contracted hepatitis C when Shreve bladed him without consent, pursued legal action. On June 3, 2014, an Ontario court ruled in favor of Nicholson and ordered Shreve to pay $2.3 million in damages. In wrestling, finishing moves, bottom rope splash, jumping headbutt, the freight train / the butcher's axe / Sudanese meat cleaver. Signature moves, diving double foot stomp, dropkick, throat thrust. Managers, Paul Jones, Gary Hart, Oliver Humperdinck, Buddy Colt, James J. Dillon, Jimmy Hart, Paul E. Dangerously, Paul Ellering, Skander Akbar, Harley Race and the Sheik, Adnan El Kassi, Gentleman Jim Holiday, Hugo Savinovich, The Grand Wizard, Eddie Creechman, Chicky Star, Rico Suave, Rip Rogers, Tully Blanchard, Mike Rotunda, The Cuban Assassin, Frenchie Martin, Damian Kane, James Mitchell, Sir Dudley Clemens, Honest John Kiatam, Rock Hunter, The Great Mephisto. Entrance themes, One of These Days by Pink Floyd. Championships and accomplishments, All Japan Pro Wrestling, NWA International Tag Team Championship, with Ray Candy, NWA United National Championship, PWF United States Heavyweight Championship, PWF World Heavyweight Championship, Champion Carnival, January 4 Korakuen Hall Heavyweight Battle Royal. Big Japan Pro Wrestling, BJW Deathmatch Heavyweight Championship. Central States Wrestling, NWA Central States Tag Team Championship, with Roger Kirby. Georgia Championship Wrestling, NWA Georgia Heavyweight Championship, NWA Georgia Television Championship. International Wrestling Association, IWA International Heavyweight Championship. Lutte Internationale, Canadian International Heavyweight Championship. Midwest Wrestling Federation, MWWF Heavyweight Championship. NWA All-Star Wrestling, NWA Canadian Tag Team Championship, with Dr. Jerry Graham and Ahmed Hussein, NWA World Tag Team Championship, with Dr. Jerry Graham. NWA Detroit, NWA United States Heavyweight Championship, NWA World Tag Team Championship, with Killer Tim Brooks. NWA New Zealand, NWA New Zealand British Commonwealth Championship. NWA Southwest, NWA Texas Hardcore Championship. National Wrestling Federation, NWF Heavyweight Championship, NWF International Championship. Pro Wrestling Illustrated, PWI ranked him number 35 of the 500 best singles wrestlers of the PWI 500 in 1991. Stampede Wrestling, NWA Canadian Heavyweight Championship, Stampede North American Heavyweight Championship. Tokyo Pro Wrestling, TPW Tag Team Championship, with Benkei. Tokyo Sports, Popularity Award, Match of the Year Award with Tiger Jeet Singh vs Antonio Inoki and Giant Baba on August 26. World Class Wrestling Association, WCWA Brass Knuckles Championship. World Wrestling Council, WWC Caribbean Heavyweight Championship, WWC North American Heavyweight Championship, WWC Puerto Rico Heavyweight Championship, WWC Universal Heavyweight Championship. Wrestling Observer Newsletter Awards, Wrestling Observer Newsletter Hall of Fame. WWE Hall of Fame. In popular culture, Shreve has appeared in Japanese TV commercials for Suntory, Dakin Industries, Denon, and Sapporo Ikebukuro. Shreve starred with Hiroyuki Sanada in the kung fu action film Roaring Fire. Characters in Japanese anime or manga are frequently designed to resemble Abdullah the Butcher, often with his signature scars. Examples include Abdullah from Kinnikuman, Abdullah the Criminal from One Piece, Machoke from Pokémon, and Mr. Hart from Fist of the North Star. The character of Butcher in Tiger Mask 2 is inspired by Shreve. Abdullah the Butcher appeared in the acclaimed video game Legends of Wrestling 2 and its sequel Showdown, Legends of Wrestling, as well as Spike's King of Colosseum. The character Saladin in the 1997 Nintendo 64 game WCW vs. NO World Tour is based on Shreve's likeness. The character and final boss of the Sega Genesis game Wrestle War, Grand Kong, is based on Shreve. In the 1994 Super Nintendo game Hammerlock Wrestling, Abdullah appears as Sid Beanique. In the Japanese release, he is known as Killer. References. External links. WWE Hall of Fame profile, Abdullah the Butcher, Puroresu Wiki, Abdullah the Butcher bio from Slam Wrestling, tribute pages for Abdullah the Butcher.